Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Nike Air Max 90. So let's just take a look around the outside of the box. So this box is a pair of Nike Air Max 90 shoes. And this pair is the men's UK size 9, US 10, Europe 44, Brazil 42, 28 cm, and it's also in a women's US size 11.5. And this pair is in the light bone, chamois, desert khaki, cave stone colourway. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by lifting up the box lid. And of course let's peel back the packing paper to reveal the Nike Air Max 90 in the light bone, chamois, desert khaki, cave stone colourway. And let's lift up the left shoe first and focus in on its details. So just setting the box in the background on the left and giving you a look at the Nike Air Max 90 with that initial look. And of course let's do a 360 rotation so you have that full and clear view of the shoe before we take much closer in looks at its details. So we can see the overall kind of three-color or tricolor colorway of the shoe. The main upper having a kind of light off-white color, and we can see with the mesh vamp in light bone, and of course light bone as well, or kind of like a pale white for the middle panel or layer. And of course with the mudguard we can see this kind of tan or perhaps desert khaki colorway right there. So you can see the materials as well with the leather and the suede for the mudguard, and it does have a very short and fine nap to its finish. So overall details right there, and with the midsole as well, we can see the chamois midsole, I believe. And as we move towards the quarter panel, mid-foot area, once again we see those details and basically a kind of mix of colors right throughout the upper of the shoe. And we see the brown suede swoosh tucked between the light bone and the light brown panels. So move towards the back, we can see with the mudguard cutout or window, the Air Max details in that thermoplastic polyurethane or TPU material matching up with the lower shoe TPU. And for the midsole wedge, we can see in the airbag right through with the Nike Air Max or Max Air cushioning, the interior or structure of the airbag details in the midsole with a light bone finish. As we take a look towards the back part of the shoe, the back tab or heel tab in that pale yellow finish once again, and the Nike Air branding to it. So as we move towards the inner side of the shoe, once again we see that variation or mix of colors making up this colorway of the Nike Air Max 90. And back towards the front of the shoe with the light details and contrasting darker or lower panels. Now taking a look directly from the tip or front or toe of the shoe and slowly moving towards the back, so you can see the details along the length of the shoe. So you can see the tongue finished in a light color as well, with the light bone and with the tongue patch label. The Nike and MX details. And giving you a look at the tongue, so it is quite thick and lightly padded, and with the ankle and heel collar. So with a medium level of firmness and a reasonable amount of thickness right throughout the ankle and heel parts of the opening. Okay, and taking a look at the back of the tongue label, but before we do that, let's pull out the paper stuffing inside of it for better visibility right there. So we're giving you a look at the back of the tongue with the tongue label on the inner side of the shoe, and of course the composition sticker or material sticker on the insole or sock liner, and of course the lining as well, just giving you some sense of the details around the inside of the shoe. Now taking a look at the bottom or sole of the shoe, so it's a rubber waffle sole, iconic to the Nike MX90, and we can see the kind of two-tone color with the kind of pale yellow as well as the cave stone or kind of muddy greyish brown, making up the colors of this rubber waffle sole. And to give you some sense of the texture of the sole, and of course tapping my finger to give you some sense of the material. And now let's do a flexibility bend and twist test with my hands to give you some sense of the shoe's firmness, stiffness, pliability or softness. And now just popping the shoe back in shape. And now let's take a look at the right shoe, so setting the left shoe down and bringing the box back in the middle of the frame. Let's pop out the right shoe and of course take a look at its details as well, so giving you that look initially up close, and let's do a 360 rotation as well with this side of the Nike MX90, the light bone, chamois, desert khaki, cave stone colorway. And now taking a closer in look, so once again we see the outermost layer with that short nap suede in that light brown color, and of course the off-white details making up the mesh or textile vamp, as well as the leather underlay right there in the cream color. So plenty of textures right throughout, and of course we see the kind of low sheen matte tan midsole as well, and the overall details making up this shoe, and of course the airbag or max air cushioning unit. And of course taking a look at the tongue as well on this side and the inside details of the shoe. So popping out the paper stuffing on this side as well, So we have a more thorough look right throughout. So you can see the Nike Air branding in yellow printed on the sock liner or insole of the shoe, and overall lighting details. And of course taking a look at the sole as well, so once again we see the rubber waffle sole in the two-tone colour. And now let's take a look at the pair together side by side. And from the front to the back. Directly from the back. And the bottoms or soles of the shoes. So that's Nike MX90. Thanks for watching and happy walking!